Hello, Aussie Rockin' here once again. I'm sorry if it seems a bit eerie to you. I have a lit up lamp over in yonder direction, and you may be seeing my arms dart, or my eyes darting back and forth. Check on everything, make sure OBS is working good here. Um, anyways, all that's unnecessary shit. Let's go ahead and get to the grime, meat and bone of a video. So, as I can imagine, a lot of you are probably wondering what happened to the channel, what is going on with the channel, and what the current situation is. Now, in order to address this situation, that is part of the reason why I've made this video. Because there are two things that are affecting the channel right now. I have my personal life, and I also have some problems with my computer. Now, to start, number one, problems with my computer being of which my computer is fully upgraded. I've gotten the 8350, the R9 380, which was sent to me by MSI for free because my 270X was dead. I don't know why. I never pushed it too hard. I pushed it to where I could take it. But it seems like there's an encoding issue with my current video card that doesn't allow me to encode a heavy amount. So with that, it's making it hard for me to do videos like Subnautica, Dishonored. That's actually been a pain in the ass because every time I get to a certain part in the game, it crashes and it just doesn't work for me. I'll see if I can get it to work again, though honestly I think I'm going to just replay it from the start as the other character anyways, because it seems more interesting to do that. As well as some operating system problems. Arc may come back. I don't really know. If you guys want it to or ask so, I'm going to put my hand over here because it's not as bright. I may bring it back. Just depends on what it says. Now, the comments on this video are going to be disabled. I'm going to state that right now because, honestly, I have noticed that the last video of this type that I made brought some unwanted toxicity in the channel and the community. Now, I don't want that. I want a nice, wholesome community so that we can have people look at our channel and want to be a part of a community, because people look at the toxic comments and are like, I don't want to be part of this. This is a breeding ground. That's just how it is, and it shouldn't be that way on a low subscriber channel. It should be a nice, tight, niche community, and that's what I want it to be. So with that out of the way, let's get on to it. World Tanks videos you may be seeing. So I don't know why I keep holding up a 2, not a 1. It's because it's fucking wires. And that just makes it worse. Anyways, as you notice, new headset. The background here has changed. I had to move recently. Let's go ahead and move to maybe personal life. I'm not sure. I don't want to leave anything unchecked. So I'm going to make sure I can get everything out of the way. I have all my games up here on the screen. Civ 6. I will be continuing that when I get to it. I don't know if I ever will get to it, but maybe. It's more than probable. I've been doing live streams of Besiege. For those of you who don't know, Besiege is a sandbox building game, and I've gotten very popular in Besiege as a tank creator. So if I get enough requests for that in the channel, comments, etc., I will definitely for sure start doing that more. Or on the forums. My spiraling forums name is RockyFire8/RCRockin. I'll put a link down below. Or below. There you go. See, much easier to see that, even though it's in the way of my face. Anyway, onward. So, the problem that I'm having right now is hard to explain because I can't really show you. My media player doesn't like playing these videos for some reason, but the Flash player will. and it seems like I just get random jumps from scene to scene. So either it could mean one of two of things. My GPU's encoding is crap, which could be possible as I do have black screens all the time, or I do not have the power to process these kinds of games that are this graphically intensive. Now that may be changing soon because I have a job and I'm going to save up some towards the computer to my left here because I like my computer on my left side. I know I don't like it up on the desk. I'm not of those people. I don't care. As well as generally after that saving it up for other things like college, etc. Now it's time we get into my personal life, the kind of things that have been going on. I'm not sure how to say this, and I don't even know where to start. It seems like ever since I made that video back then, which is now missing from the channel, I've taken it down from the channel because it was generating that much toxicity where I felt that it was better not to have it on the channel and here. So, I realize the webcam's crappy, I may upgrade that. Continuing on, I have had to move, as you can tell. The entire room here is different. We have a guest/gaming room so that I can be off doing my own thing and they can do other things back there. And no, I'm not living on my own. I'm only 18. I just turned 18. So, woohoo there. I've got my own car now, which, very nice car. 1998 Buick GS. Doing some patchwork on it now. All my other stuff's in the room there. I've sold most of my old stuff that you saw on the shelves. I do have the boxes still. I do display the boxes. I have no clue why. Maybe it's just to show a bit of wealth. I don't know. They don't really mean much anyway. Other than that, there has been disputing, there has been fighting in my family. My life outside of this is very rough. I've had a rough life and a very tough life. And a lot of people think I'm weak, but I've been made strong by it. I'm a very strong, mature person because of it. Some say I'm, what's the word here? I'm looking for the word. Give me a minute. Classy. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm educated, yes. Very well educated, very well experienced with the outer world, and have had a lot of influence from the outer world, but other than that, classy wasn't be the word I use, but I'm not dirty and trashy. They're trashy. I'm not trashy, but I'm not classy. I'm just kind of in between. Anyways, that's the deviating from the point here. As you know, I may have said some things on that video that really didn't benefit much, but they didn't really push much or say anything, and that's because I wanted to keep things on the low. Now, I've been working on my schoolwork heavily. School is intense. It's senior year for me, so I need to focus, and school is more important than this right now. You guys are important to me, but that school is just as important, and school takes a higher priority. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, well, it's not easy to say, and it's not easy to really explain because it's just complicated mess. So around the school, for those of you who have known me, there's been a rumor going around that I'm a stalker, I'm a creep, all that shit. This isn't true. I don't do that shit. I don't follow people. I maybe seem a bit strange in that I'm not very social, I'll admit that, but there are introverts, plenty of introverts out there. So, that's not abnormal. behavior, and I certainly do not suit abnormal behavior. Alright? I don't do any of that stalker shit at all, and I never have been one. Nah, the deal is, as you may know in the last video, I did post some things and say some things. This is a talking head video, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep more than my head revealed, but it doesn't really seem like I can do much. I'm actually wearing quite an old shirt. That video was 2 years ago. Now, a lot can change in 2 years, and a lot can happen in just 1 year. Hell, a lot can happen. There's a fucking mosquito on my screen. Get off my screen. That's right. That's right. Fly away. Fly away. Anyway. This is... I don't even know what to say. As you're aware in the last video, if you saw it before it was taken down, if you didn't, then, well, I can't really bring it up. But it did say the channel was shutting down and all that. Now, the state of a channel, I may post things from time to time, but we're not starting full up again, okay? Don't get that in your head, because we're not. I just don't have the time for it right now. So as we know, I met this girl maybe 2 years ago. We got along quite fine. There was not much wrong. We did quite well. And things went decently until one event led to another, and through those events, I realized something. I noticed that she was not like the other girls I've ever met my whole life. I mean, you meet all these girls in school and they're all the same. You know what? They're all the same old, you know, da. But she was different. That she was something else, and I fell in love with her. And I went out there and I was bold enough to tell her that I think I was falling in love with her, and sure enough, it ended up being so that I did. Now, there's two kinds of love. There's two kinds. One is a very misconceptuous, dangerous kind, and I asked myself if it was this kind. There's loving someone because you actually do, and then there's loving someone because you want to. And if you want to, you have a mask over your face that you don't understand and see the reality of the situation and what's really happening around you. Now, I didn't fall for this, and I asked myself this, if this is what was happening. When I realized this, and I found that I took my time and realized that no, it wasn't, because things didn't go too well. It was about December of 2015. It's crazy to think that. 2014, 2015, because I'm in class of 2017. And I won her over. I did. I simply did it fair and square. It worked, and everything was fine. And I worked my way up and took my time, was patient, let her do her thing, and she finally said she wanted to go out with me, and so I asked her out, and then I was too late. But that was right after I made the video, and in that video, as some of you may have learned, I did say I love her, and I told her I loved her long before that video. And she knows that. Now, I don't love her because, and maybe I'm just saying this hoping that maybe she'll see this. Maybe that she'll see that I'm hurt. Because she did something and let her friends convince her to do something that she shouldn't have. And this is where my bad reputation comes from. It is a long story. And for that sake, I'm just gonna That's why I've sectioned off this video. She is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And it's not because she's pretty, but because she's not like the other girls. I mean, sure, she's pretty, but I've never once paid attention to that. I honestly don't give a crap about looks when it comes to girls. I like before her, I was face full of hair and horrible acne, but we got along just fine. And I didn't care. But there's something about her that just is, and I'm not saying I don't know what it is, because I do. I really do. And if I were to say it, some people would think I'm crazy. Some people would understand, because some people believe in that kind of thing. It's a two-sided debate. All I can really say about it is there's some things that are meant to happen, and some paths that all lead to one central action or event. But these events can vary. And a lot of that belief is off quantum physics, and that's a whole nother book that I can't explain. Okay, but it does. I noticed the pattern, and it seemed like this whole time, even though she said she loved me, it seems like she just can't make up her mind. Because she's shown that she cares about me, and I've always shown that I've cared about her, that I always stand here and be here for you. I'm sorry if my head's leaning to the left. It's this cable. Anyways, so I'm trying to keep it together right now. I can't. It's really hard to keep it together right now. I've cried so much, and crying isn't a sign of weakness. Crying is a sign of strength because you're not afraid of whatever people think of you. And I guess that can be seen two ways, but the dumber of which, the more intelligent of which would know which is the better way to see it. But yeah, I fell in love with her, and this guy, just the worst time. He shouldn't even have been at the school. He was expelled because he was caught in his damn car smoking weed in the parking lot. And for those of you who know who it is, you know who I'm talking about. I mean, the guy is an absolute idiot, and things just got worse over time. Now, I believe they have broken up once or twice, which does mean that it's not going to last, which is good. It's always good. Because a relationship never really lasts past the first or second breakup. Never does. But this is where her friends come into play and making her think she can. The guy, I'm not gonna lie, straight up is a drug dealer, and that is a very shameful practice. And a lot of people will ask, well, why is that a shameful practice? Well, because you're taking advantage of people's addictions and enabling them. And that's just my view on it. Now, some would say that it's the person's choice, and I realize that's going to be controversial. But I really do think that that's not, that helping someone towards that is that. It ever seems since she met this guy that he's been a bad influence on her, and that he's coaxed her to do things that she shouldn't. And her friends have done it as well. It seems like she's part of that group that's a bunch of enablers, and she knows now. Luckily, she is smart enough to know and realize when she shouldn't do things, and sometimes she just throws all caution in the wind and does something stupid. So things got bad between this guy and her. He got her arrested, and I warned her if this would happen, and it happened. It happened. I totally warned her, and I told her that this would happen. It happened, and I didn't rub it in her face or anything. I wasn't like, I was right, you know? I was like, okay, maybe it was, but I'm not gonna say anything about it. I told her that she needed to stay away from him, and for some reason, he went back to her, and she said yes to him, and it confused the fuck out of me, because not only did he try to get arrested, but when he tried to get back with her, he tried to get another girl at the same time. Like, how dumb can you be? Like, this is just a stupid situation all around. Like, there was no thinking actually going on here. And then, I didn't see it at the time. And it's taken me a really long time to realize that I don't think she ever really did love him. Because I don't think there's one time that I ever think I heard her say that she loved him. And like I said, it's easy to convince yourself that you love someone and miss the realities, and that seems to be exactly what's happening here. So when I saw this, I tried to confront her about it. Every time I tried to talk to her, she would cut me off, and she wouldn't let me say something or anything. And before this happened, this was actually December of not last year, but the year before last. And school years are weird because they throw everything off. But her friend convinced her that she should tell me that she never did love me. And she let him. Now, whether she did or not actually love me and convince herself that she didn't, I don't know. And honestly, I want to think that she did convince herself that she didn't. Because that sounds like something I would do. When I met this girl's friends, and, we talked about her. They said nice things about her. They said she was a nice girl, that she would never do this kind of thing. So it caught me off guard that her friend convinced her into doing this, and that she let him do that. And she went to the office one day and told him I was stalking her, and the office ultimately decided I wasn't really. No, there was this, and I had to explain exactly what was going on, the case and scenario. So I didn't explain that he was a dealer, and I did that because I had some pity for him, because he is not a good guy, okay? Some people may say he's a good guy, he's not, no, he's just a bad guy in general, a bad influence, and he's not smart enough to be worse than he is. And I know it's insulting and it's rude to say that, but it's just the truth. And now, something even worse just came about. Ever since then, she's been downhill. It seems like she's lost all common sense. And I definitely know it's because of the little bit of, you know what, that she's kind of losing her smarts. And she was a smart, nice, sweet girl when I first met her. And as much as I hate to say it, she's slipping. Because she's done things that I just wouldn't expect her to do. And that's the thing about her. She's unpredictable. I've never known her to be this way. And I really don't know what to do. Because somehow in her mind, she got the idea that it was okay to get married at the age of 18. And so she and the guy decided to go down to Belize. And I guess they went there for some vacation reason. I don't know why or how they even got down there. I don't know how you get that much money as a teenager to get down there. But then again, he's a dealer, so it wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, they decided they wanted to get married. And when I heard this, I was like, this ain't true. She's not, I know she's crazy, but she's not crazy enough to do that. To be fair, we're both kind of crazy, but crazy in our own ways. Everyone's different, personality-wise, etc. And it actually caught me by surprise because I wouldn't think she would do it. And I know for a fact that she wasn't thinking it through because she never thinks anything through. That's one of her downfalls. Is she, and as much as I hate to admit, she has a downfall of never being able to think anything through. And I wish that I could have stopped it before this got so bad. I wish that I had just gotten up the courage, not hesitated like I did. I'm so angry at myself for doing it. And I know I shouldn't be. Because there's no way I could have anticipated this. But in the end, I had a feeling that this was going to end badly. There was a feeling in my gut telling me this. And whenever I get that feeling in my gut, it's right. So I fought for her. And next thing you know, she starts calling. So I fought for her. Because I knew that this was something that had to be stopped. Now, this is going back a little, back to before she called me and stuff and stuff. I decided I saw this was going south and that this was going bad for her. So I thought the best way to stop this was to fight for her. And, well, that didn't prove too well, seeing that her friends started calling me stalker and shit, and I wasn't being that way at all. I was very modest about things, and I'm very honest about things, and if I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna talk to you up front and personal. I'm not gonna run shit. I'm not gonna follow you around. I'm not gonna, which, ironically, her boyfriend is more than keen at doing, of just, poking his head around the corner. You'll see him on the other side of the hallway, just see her walk by, and he'll poke his head around the corner. It's like, dude. That's fucking creepy as shit. Like, he is the creepiest guy ever. And he's not even, like, good looking. He has 80s afro going on, and etc., etc. And do I care if I see he says this? No. No, because I know he's part of it. He's scared of me. But part of me wants to think that her friends were helping him in this whole endeavor, and that's part why they convinced her that I was that. And that wasn't the truth at all. There is a law saying on it that they did read out to me, and it's a very blurry law, and I can imagine they read it out to her. It's literally, I don't want to deal with this on a case-by-case basis, so let's generalize everyone that's ever been called so. Like, you don't actually realize any girl can just say this and that about someone they don't even know, and you can get in trouble for it. It's quite funny, actually. When I read up on it. Not a very good way to filter against abuse of the system, but it was abused. And luckily they saw this. It could be, because we were just a kid at the time. We were just kids, and we're not kids anymore. I realize this is getting to be a long video, and I did warn this is going to be a long video. I don't often cry on camera. I try not to. Last time I did this, I cried so much. And it really hurt me when I saw that the video was corrupted. And I don't know how much longer that I can hold out. Because I think I'm about to. If she is watching this, I want to know that I've always loved you, and that you didn't need to change for me. I've always been on your side and looked out for you, because that in my core, in my being, and you guys as well, has always been the definition of a real man. A real man doesn't practice doesn't take advantage of people. Real man honors that. And sorry, but being a drug dealer is one of the most dishonorable things you could do. You're too young to be getting married, and I know for a fact that you have not thought this through. You're only 18 and you have so much ahead of you. Why throw it away for this? May we ever see each other again? I don't know. I, I hate that it's turned out this way because I really did love you. I wasn't fooled by blindness. I wasn't fooled by should you have known fool. I saw you for who you really were. Yeah, you're pretty sure. But you're an amazing girl, too. And the most amazing person I've ever met in my whole life. And when I said way back when that everything was gonna be alright, this was never what I intended would happen. I don't know why you're angry at me and why you feel like you have to punish me for something. All I've done is sit here to protect you and try to show you the truth and what's real. Because you're being so blind to it. And I am terrified for you. And I am horrified to see how far this has gone. I would say it wasn't my fault. But if I said that, that would be a lie. And it was a joint of both of our faults. Faults, my bad. I'm sorry that this happened this way. You're too young to be getting married, truly. You're too young for this shit. I don't want to embarrass you, and I don't want you to feel embarrassed. And if you feel embarrassed by this video, then I'm terribly sorry. No one really knows who you are on the internet anyway, so it doesn't matter, really, it doesn't. So and that's probably why I don't really care what people think of this. I don't know what to say. Ever since I met you, you were just incredible. And if I have to, I knew that if you saw my face and the amount of pain that I've been through and the pain that you put me in, all the other girls, they think I'm a stalker. They think I'm a creep. I'm just a nice guy. Yeah, I'm not social. That's because of you. You need to apologize, girl. This has gone too far, and I shouldn't have to do anything. I'm so scared right now. He's never shown that he appreciated you once. That I was keen enough to see. That you were kinda always just there for him. Yeah, sometimes it may always be about you. But I don't care because it's always been about you for me. I can't do this, and I know what risk I'm taking by saying this. And if it makes the final cut, then it makes the final cut. This has to stop. I want to make things better, and I want to keep a good relationship with you. you have a form of contact with me, I don't need to disable the comments for this. I don't need to enable the comments, my bad. I just look out for you because I'm afraid of seeing you getting hurt. Because I feel like if it hurt you, it would hurt me too. Because I wasn't there to stop it. I may be protective, yes. But I have a keen eye for the truth and what's real. Go and just wake up. It's time to wake up. I just can't do this. I mean, there's no way I can see you. Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen you and since you've seen me. So I guess maybe you'd like to see what I look like, and I'm not afraid to admit my mistakes. That's a hard thing to find in a man. A lot of men. I can't do this, I gotta end this here. So, guess you weren't really expecting to see me, or now were you? You thought the video was gonna end. Haha! Joke's on you. The shirt's gray for some reason. It's showing up blue. I don't know why. I just wanted to come off saying I forgot a thing or two, and it's been 2 days since the last recording. I just figured that I would rather make sure that I got this checked in, put in all in the same video. I may look a bit tired. I didn't get the best sleep. Okay, I've been working for the past few days. The reason why it's so wrong to, get married early is, well, look out the window here. You're young, and you don't really know who you are yet, and you don't quite realize that you're going to change in the next few years, like it or not. You don't know what it's like to live with this guy. You don't know what it's like to bear this guy's financials. You don't know what that's like at all. But from what I've seen, I can tell you definitely this guy is a bum. And that there is nothing good about him. Ever since you have met him, it really hurts me to say this, but my mind's drawing a blank right now. I need to think what I was going to say next. Because usually I think these things through before I say them, and sometimes I do it off a whim. I don't like to do it off a whim. It seems that whenever I talk to your friends, they always tell me you were a nice girl. I'm sorry if I cover anything I already covered, but this is, again, 2 days ago. I don't remember why I said 2 days ago in a past recording. Well, I could probably, I saw some in editing, but not much. So, I didn't really listen to my editing. I just usually mute it and find the right point in time. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The, point I'm trying to get across here is the play you saw that got this idea in your head wasn't really about this. It was about the time in which it was. And I know that play is what got this into your head. It's not okay as is. And that play took something that was bad situation as is and then made it kind of worse. So you see, you also have to worry about college, all that stuff. You gotta keep all that in mind. And financially, everything else is just a bad idea. And I figured that if you saw my face, maybe you would understand me better than if you saw it over a text or something. I'm not doing anything wrong here. I have a right to freedom of speech. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm American, so, it works in my favor, does it not? want you to realize I'm on your side here. I always have been. I've always stood up and out for you. And I've always been here as an option for you to fall back to, or someone to talk, for you to talk to, as if you needed something. It's always been what my goal truly has been. Yeah. I've had some bad things happen in my family because of drug dealers like this. Bad things happen, people I know and care about, and I'm not one to openly admit it. And I've admitted that I'm not ashamed by it either. I admit my mistakes, and I shouldn't have hesitated back then, but there's no way I could have seen this. I can't just say this is all my fault. I have no clue why you're angry at me, because I really haven't done anything to make you angry, but try to make this better for everyone. Now, I'm not saying I'm all great and all that. No. I have my flaws, I'll admit. Well, that's why OCD does get me, but very rarely. I try not to control it. And this may be a product of that. I don't know, I just don't make sure that I check every box there is. And the reason why you shouldn't do this is because it doesn't end well most of the time. Because of the factors that I've mentioned. Usually it ends in a bad relationship. You may be just blinded. And what I mean by blinded is, well, it's easy when you get an emotional attachment to not see the reality, and that is what I've seen here. And I know you. And I know that's exactly what's happening with you. Because you had no emotional attachment to him before. And there's been clear signs and evidence of this. That this isn't because you really do. It's because you're scared, and I know you're scared. I understand, it's tough, it's rough, you don't know where you're going. That's why you should focus on where you're going instead of this. I don't know your philosophical standpoints, no, I don't know you that well, but I do know you well enough to know that you're like me, and that you think like me. And if I were in your situation, I'd be thinking the same thing. I know you're scared, but it's alright. Look, all this, but look at the evidence. He's cheated, gotten you arrested, and been just a horrible influence. I can't stand constantly hearing about you wanting to get in fights, squabbling to get in a fight. Why is it fights so bad? You don't have so many problems with people if you're just generally nice to them. You don't have that many problems. You don't need to get into fights. And that's what just reality is. And it pains me to see you this way, because wasn't the way I always knew you. Not the way I knew you when I first met you. Not the way I knew you when it all started. I never knew you'd let you convince your friends to do something so horrible. And they convince you into thinking something that you don't. You make decisions by yourself. The best way to make a good decision is to take everything into your head and realize and see and analyze that. Then make a decision based off that. Someone may give you their opinion, but for instance, but it may not be the best opinion, and it's why you don't always generally accept someone's opinion or idea immediately. You want to digest it and realize and think. I'm not a bad guy, and I don't know why you're thinking me as one. This whole mess could have all been simply avoided if you had just worked with me instead of causing all this issue. And I want to work with you on this and have a tie with you, not just see you disappear. Because I really do think you're something special. This is off the top of my head, this isn't written down. And that's why it's taking me so long to say it. But I feel like I needed to say it the best of my ability. Yes, I may still have feelings for you. And I definitely deserve an apology because that's all it is. And if you can show me that you respect an apology, I show you plenty of respect. And if you can admit to me you're wrong, then or you can at least apologize for what you did. Then I can accept that, and I will accept it. But this has gotta end, Julie. This mess has got to stop before it gets worse. I know your plans here, and I know you very well. I shouldn't have to take it in my own hands. I figured if you saw my face, that it would be easier for you to understand. So I hope that this does help. That this does show you what you're doing here is not the right way to be doing things. You shouldn't be with a guy for more than 3 months in high school. Just because you have been doesn't mean it's perfect. It just means maybe something's blinding you. If you're being blinded by emotion from reality, and letting that happen, that's how bad things happen. That's how I lost you. Yeah, I know it's a lot to take in, and I don't want to scare you. I'm on your side here. And I know it's rough. I've been through some rough stuff myself. But this gotta stop, and you gotta start thinking again, Julie. It hurts me to see you this way. It hurts me to hear these things about you. Because I know what's really going on here. I have always seen reality and seen what's really going on here. I see the world as is, not as I want it to be. I care about you still, yeah. But the same way as you've shown some way that you still care about me. And I know you still read those. But I think I've said too much now. I think that's good enough as is. I've cried too much. I've just moaned and hurt too much. I'm not saying these out of, my own interest. I'm saying these because I'm concerned about you. This isn't about me. This is about you. And I'm not seeing anything good pop out of this. People who make bad decisions in life don't actually usually succeed. You need to stop thinking. Because that's the problem here, is you're not thinking. I think you need to put it to rest and you need to get rid of him. Because it's just gotten worse and worse ever since that moment. And I know you know this and you see this too. If you're anywhere near like me, you see this too. And I better not be getting in trouble for this, because honestly I don't see a reason to be getting in trouble for this. I think that's about it. Remember, I'm on your side. And if you need my help with something, if you need me to something for you, if someone's giving you problems, I can deal with that. I know how to deal with that in a mature, confrontational way that ends up best for everyone. Because after all, that's who I am. I'm a neutral person, and I'm scared right now. Because I'm seeing it this way. I think that's about it. So about that, yeah, I'm surprised I haven't really cried yet. I would be tempted to say that I love you, but I don't know. After what you did, I didn't think that was something you were capable of. Maybe that would change if you apologize, I don't know. And one more thing before I get off here. Another reason why is because you're limiting your options, and you've been doing that this whole time. You want to know what you want while you're out there. If you get something you don't want, you're stuck with it. The place that you won't go, I know, is not a good place. And it's not a great place to live. The economy is dependent on pure tourism, and there's nothing to do in between but sit around and be bored as fuck. So, yeah. You think I don't know anything? You think I'm dumb? Truth is, I play dumb sometimes. The reality is, I'm probably one of the smartest people you ever met. I don't like to take action because I like to let things happen. And I like this because I don't want to waste the effort on something unless I have to. And I really didn't want to have to get involved here. It's scary. We don't know who we are yet. But over the next few years, we'll find that out. And hopefully, if you see this, we'll work something out. It's okay to talk to me. And despite what your friends said, that's because your friends are biased. They're clearly on his side and don't really care about me. And I don't blame them. I don't know them. They don't know me. I wouldn't care about someone I didn't know in the same circumstances. Right, well, this is getting longer than it should be. So maybe I'll cut this into 2 videos. I don't know. Or I'll try and cut it down and make it short. All I know is I'm running out of time. I'm running out of light here because its light is setting an hour earlier, if I remember right. Because Florida time units. Anyone who isn't watching this, that is watching this, that's all that. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I've taken the worst things before, but... Well, actually, no, that's not quite true. I haven't taken much worse than this. Okay, that's not true at all. Okay, yeah, this is probably one of the worst things I've ever been through. And the scariest things I've ever been through, and... It hurts like hell. But... Before I lose my composure... I'm losing my composure right now. I just wish I could have stopped myself before that happened. I'm sure that I can work something out. I'm sorry if you're still watching. I'm sorry when I said everything was going to be alright that that wasn't true. But it's not like you don't got other options out of this and other ways out of this. Because you do. And I'm sure one will present himself to you very soon. And I figured my wisdom would be helpful to you. Okay, I think I'm going to end it there. Because if I continue this video is already 18 minutes long. I mean, this is going to be a 60-minute long video if I don't edit it up. So, yeah, I think I said what I needed to say there. I knew I missed that in the last video recording, and I knew I needed to re-record it. So, got that out of the way. Their comments will be disabled on this video in case this is another video, because I do not want to see that toxicity in this chat, okay? Last time I had to take the video down. It got so damn toxic. You hear me? Behave, alright? There's 20 of you there. It's not like there's thousands of you that I can't say anything, alright? It's my channel. Anyways. Yeah. I see reckon. And I sign out.